Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. You're joining me here at a mansion, one that we did not intend to find, but we did find in the end, and we got ourselves a lot of super awesome loot. Our next course of action is to get home, finally, and stash our stuff and start building up our town again, because I do have a lot of ideas, but first we have to survive that trip home. So let's go to that, and hopefully we don't have anything too crazy, and then I'll either see you back at the town, and we'll do that right now. If anything crazy happens, I'll show you along the way. All right, let's go. So the stuff that we collected along our journey is dark oak saplings, podzol, mycelium, 2 splash potions of weakness, 11 diamonds, 12 emeralds, 2 heart of the seas, lots of stacks of bookshelves, which is amazing, 2 music discs, a lilac, vines, sweet berries, fire charges, pumpkins, our Woodland Explorers map that I want to hang on to, a name tag, and 6 totems of undying, which is fantastic. Also, I want to say that this name tag is for this buddy right here. He's come with us this whole journey, survived somehow, and I really think that he deserves a name. So if you guys can comment in the section below, come up with a name, or I have some other names in mind, we can name him, and that will be our guy. Give me something not super long if you can, but we'll see. All right, let's go on our trek. I see desert ahead. I've never been happier. Is this a portal inside a house? That's kind of cool. Huh. Interesting. That's super neat. But that's not what we're here for. So we're just going to keep going on on our way. I just want to stay away from those trees. I don't look forward to going through those trees with this guy. By the way, when it comes to names, I have decided that he is a he. So if you can come up with any either gender neutral names or names that you think are befitting a male horse, let me know. And yes, I know it's kind of odd, a cat riding a horse, but what can you do? Now, if anyone was curious, this is the type of terrain I like building on. I like mountain terrain. I like building into mountainsides. That's my comfort zone. So when I spawned into the desert, my soul was crushed a little bit. Not only had I never built in a desert biome before, but man, just the resources were lacking. I didn't have enough building materials. I like building with dark oak and spruce, and I had none of that. And that really, like I said, hurt my soul. I always like a challenge, and I really do like the struggle. So coming across all of this is fantastic because it gives me the building materials that I need, but at the same time, I get to still have that initial struggle. So I found the actual coordinates of the main base, which are minus 467 x-axis and 517 z-axis. So we're actually pretty close in the x-axis. However, 517 is where we need to be, and we are currently at 1500. So we need to lose 1000 blocks. Let's go. If there's a ruined temple nearby, I'll know where I am. Kitty. Oh, ruined temple. Yep, we're close to home. I just have to keep going straight, and then we should be back at our home. Oh, we're so close. I can't wait to be back. We've been away for so long. Didn't realize how much I enjoyed sand. To be honest, I just want the safety and sanctuary of my town. But with all these new little trinkets that I'm bringing back. Nope, that's not ours. But it is one of the neighboring towns that maybe in the future we can build up into like a trade town or something. I do want to turn all the neighboring towns eventually into their own way. Oh, look, there's my arrow saying straight ahead is home. We're almost there, everyone. I just want my home. Please give me my home. Oh, we're almost there. I recognize that ruined portal. Should be coming up. Oh, there's our wall. Wow. And jump. Oh. Oh my gosh, everyone, we're home. Oh, that was a long trek all the way here. That took me nearly 3 hours. But we're back, we didn't die, and we have a bunch of loot, which is awesome. So we can place that down in a special chest, and we can build up and decorate. I want to finish off the library tower because I never got to finish it off because I didn't have enough bookshelves, and we can start building other things. So, all right, let's go do that. So as I've mentioned, I was never able to finish off this room. It's because I didn't have enough bookcases, and I didn't want to go through the tedious job of killing all the cows and getting all the wood and paper and all that stuff. But thankfully, after that mansion, we have 2 and plus stacks of bookcases, and now we can fill them up. And there you have it. Apart from the lecterns and the villagers, everything is set up. Oh, and those honey blocks. We don't have bees or hives or anything. But eventually I'll put honey blocks there so the villagers can't jump over the lecterns. Also, I know there's a lot of lamps everywhere, but the soul lamps are actually supposed to be candles. So for now, we're just going to have soul lanterns. But the library is done. If you like how it's looking, let me know in the comments below. Hello, kitty? Oh, and let's give this cat a name too. So I started building the pathways. Each path has the same pattern. It goes like this, and then ends with the orange terracotta here, and then however I want to make the path, that's what I'm going to do. So this one is coming down here, and I've made it into like a small little lip bridge with a little bit of detail, like so. And then this one is just going to come up here and turn into a basic path that's going to lead maybe down here, but mainly down here towards the gate. This one over here leads up a bit and goes into this area right here. And over here, we have the split off area where this one goes up into this area. And then it also comes down into this area. So one of the things I do want to do is I want to add a little bit of color. So we're going to add that now with some moss blocks and some grass. We don't have to do everything. A little color here and there never hurt anybody. We also want to keep in mind that a big thing we want to add to this town is a little bit of green, a little bit more life than it normally would have. The other thing we can add is the vines that we got from the swamp to add a little bit more of an overgrown feel. We don't want to add the berries because even though they're really pretty, they're most likely going to kill our villagers, so we want to stay away from that. And now our little walkway is really pretty. So we'll do what we did here, adding the gardens, adding the trees, making this place a little bit more lively, and I'll check back with you when I'm done. All right, so we're back, and as you can see behind me, there's a lot of trees and a lot of change. But before I show you around town, I was collecting special materials for another thing that we were going to do today, and I found in the caves in the far distance glowberries. Ooh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting glowberries forever. I think they're going to add so much to the town and everything because the vines are gorgeous. And then, of course, glowberries glow. So there's another light source, which is just fantastic. So apart from spiderwebs and whatnot, as you can see, we have also collected other things like weeping vines, warped roots, dead bushes, pointed dripstone, and jack-o'-lanterns. And if you can tell, we're going to decorate our town for Halloween. I didn't realize that being in a desert actually offered a lot more like dead things, so it's great for Halloween. Not quite sure what it's going to be like for Christmas though. Anyway, let's show you around the town. Let's go. So one of the many things that we've added are the pathways. We used a lot of different types of blocks. Polished granite, normal granite, coarse dirt, and rooted dirt. I think it's added for a really cool pathway. I wanted something that contrasted the sand and made things pop. I also wanted them to match the jungle doors to add a little bit more color. So if we come down here, you'll see that we also added little tiny gardens everywhere. Oh look, they love it so much that they're making babies. Anyway, let's look over here. We added a lot of azalea trees and a lot of flowers, and I even used some of the nether weeds or whatever these are called because they look really pretty in everything. We also added the vines we collected on our journeys, and we just kind of spruced up and made everything look a little bit overgrown, which is good because then it looks lived in. And if we go over here, I've added a little pond because what's not to love about a desert and a tiny little oasis in the town? I'm not quite sure where the water's coming from, but that doesn't matter. Another thing I made sure is that I don't really want torches to be sitting on the pathways. They look really ugly and tacky. So what I've used is torches in the ground and then put some moss over top. I'm so happy that moss became an actual block that we can use. Another thing that I used is the glow vines, and they really do prevent mobs from spawning. We also added some more lamps on the pathways, including hanging off sides of buildings. And if we go over here, we can see that we have little lamps just scattered about to make everything look super cool. The next thing we want to do is we want to start decorating for Halloween. We want to place around our jack-o'-lanterns as well as our soul lamps and chains and spider webs. So let's do that right now. Of course, this stuff will be taken down later, but for now, we're just going to make things look super spooky. Like so. We'll add some chains, just cuz. Some of these spooky little attachments here and there. Add these little green bits. Lots of the dead shrubs. And we'll finish off with adding a little bit more jack-o'-lanterns that aren't lit up, but they'll look pretty cool. And as you can see, we have quite a spooky range of Halloween decorations. This is pretty cool. I like it a lot. What do you think? The last thing to do is to change into my Halloween costume. And there we go. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this Halloween night. And I wish you all the fun and spooky scares out there.
Have a happy Halloween, everybody. And see you next time.